notes because the computer's being a dick and we're using my phone as a webcam. So
It's all good.
yeah, and I'm not in front of my post. So but yeah, it's all right, man. So you're gonna be in charge of the research and the numbers. How's that sound?
You know how that goes, man. You know, it's right up my alley. So.
Yeah. I mean, you are the sports junkie, so you got to be the data bitch
Absolute
too.
fucking junkie, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, you've been jonesing. It's been what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So it's been 2 weeks since we last recorded.
Yeah, since right before the Sweet 16.
Yeah. So first of all,
welcome back to End Zone. Or
that's right. It's this baseball season.
Baseball, yeah. We got to lead off with strike zones.
Strike zones and end zones, baby.
We are back.
We are back after our 1-year anniversary, 365 days.
Yes, that was crazy.
Of more sports I've ever talked in my 38 years of life. I have not talked this many sports.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to provide, man.
Yeah. And also, happy Unicorn Day.
I did not know that until he walked in.
I did not realize that too, but that says a lot about me that I know the Unicorn Day, and Trey knows all the sports.
For sure. I mean, hey, I try my best to stay up to date on those sort of things. So
yeah, and then also Strikes to the End Zone podcast. It looks like it's a little bit more polished because we start studios mod.
Listen, everything is forever evolving. We're always looking to kind of do some improvements no matter what and where. So hey, that's
on a shoestring budget, it's the best you can do.
You know what I mean? That's all you can do.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean,
we're trying to up the game.
That's all you can do, bro.
So you two, you're welcome.
That's all you can do. Hey, man, shout out to the Florida Gators for winning the.
Yeah, it's what is it called, the championship?
Yeah, the championship. It was, man, Gator champ.
Yeah, so that was a big one that Duke lost.
Duke fumbled it, man.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the big upset.
Houston, just as much as they went and took it, Duke did partially fumble it. I think the two things can be true. A lot of times people make you pick one or the other. Because listen, there's been plenty of times in the world where a team has played like Duke, started to fumble it down the stretch, and the other team didn't take advantage. So you got to give credit where credit is due, and know that there's both sides. And I do think Houston did a good job of going and taking it, just like Duke fumbled it. But sometimes, like I said, some teams don't even pick up that baton when it's dropped.
Yeah, I mean, Houston's its own world.
Yeah,
man. I mean, living in ever since like Texas is its own world.
Oh yeah,
Houston, man. Every true crime I watch or crazy arrest or something, Houston. Yeah. Hey, whatever you guys are doing down there, whatever. Put your NCAA.
It was Dallas for a while, so first 48 did start Dallas.
It did. That's right. So. Yeah, and it's always funny that Vic's always at UT Southwestern is on Harry Hines, but every time I hear Harry Hines, I'm like,
they're up here. You keep going up here.
Yeah,
and you gonna see some shit that you don't want to see.
So yeah, at work there was a promo clip I was doing, and it was labeled bathhouse, and they could not believe that there was these massage parlors. I'm like, bitch, you are right off Northwest Highway, and you are 2 miles from Harry Hines.
You were in the middle of it.
You can't tell by the Gold Club or whatever, the men's, all the strip clubs that we passed. You think like those condom sense massage parlors are there for.
You're in the middle of it.
Yeah. You're in the
middle of it. You're in the thick of it.
So that's from what I understand.
Well, I mean, I've driven down Harry Hines a time or two in my life.
Every day.
I haven't done it every day, or at least, it was one point where it was every day, but it wasn't as far north as you would need it to be.
I'm really just Webb Chapel to Northwest Highways, which is like a quarter mile.
Yeah.
But, anyway. So, the Chompers, man, so that was supposedly the highest watched 18 million people on a Monday.
Well, that's the thing too, bro, is that I told Zoe when we were doing our anniversary stuff, we were watching before dinner.
Oh, happy anniversary.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Zoe, you're still a myth to me. I haven't met you yet. 360, almost 300. Anyway.
We'll organize.
We will.
We was busy working right now.
No, I saw she's yesterday, right? She's quarter one.
Man, going crazy.
Congrats.
Superstar apartment locator. So for any of y'all out there that need an apartment, I can plug you with my girlfriend, and she is the best apartment locator Dallas has to offer. So,
and we will add the link in the description.
Indeed, we will.
So we can say that.
We can do that and say that. Yes. So yeah, no, I mean, we was watching the game and whatnot. Well, actually, before the Florida and Auburn game started, bro.
Yeah.
I shit you not. I looked at Zoe and I said, these two games are gonna be instant classics. It was just because, I mean, you get all one seeds to the Final Four. You get chalked pretty much the whole way.
Right.
And then you end up getting all the one seeds, and you're just like, okay, at some point, since there was no major upsets like that, at some point something's got to get crazy. And I was like, this is setting up for
Yeah, up to the Final Four, like, because remember I did the data bitch bracket. It got pretty damn close.
A lot of people were picking Duke. Like, oh, you can't.
Yeah, no,
But Duke wasn't a bad pick. I picked Duke myself in in 2 of my brackets. One of my brackets. Actually picked St. John's in 2, and I picked Houston and Florida in the other one. So I only made 5 brackets.
What are they saying, like, out of all NCAAs, that this was like the first time, like, the top players, like, teams that you would
Like expecting all one seed. Like, because a lot of times people
usually top.
you just never can expect all one seeds.
No,
That's just not
statistically for that to.
And before this year, the last time that happened was 2008. So that just gives you kind of that gap to let you know how rare it is for that to happen.
Right. And it's been going on for how long?
It's been around for years.
Yeah. So I mean, it's also it's where I realized that college basketball is its own beast. Like the last 2 minutes is really the bulk of the game.
Dude,
everybody's pays their timeout.
Well, because you got all these 18 to, I guess now you can say even 26, 27-year-olds.
Right.
Before, it was 18 to 23, 24, if that. But you got all these still young guys. I mean, these are guys that are mostly going to go pro in something other than sports.
Right.
So the skill level is just not there. Now, compared to other college teams, obviously, it's there. But when it comes to, obviously you compare them to just a team full of, I wouldn't even say NBA players, a team full of G League players, bro. Like
what's the minimum height requirement to basically be in the NBA?
Well, there's no minimum, but the average height right now, it went up from 6'7" to 6'8".
That
meaning, the fact that it's gone up is crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's something in the water.
So, yeah,
that's. I remember it was a big deal growing up. It was like if you were 6 foot, you were a monster.
Well, yeah, I remember at one point, bro, it was like 6'6" was the average. When I was like,
what was
when I was like 10, he was y'all was what 7 and 6.
And he was, and that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember I was a kid, bro. I remember when we first looked it up. I want to say I was like 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there, bro. And I remember it was about 6'6".
Yeah,
because I remember one of my friends, his older brother was 6'7".
Okay,
we were comparing. We were like, "Oh shit, Matthew, you could be in the NBA or whatever,
Right.
So
was Shaq was what 6'8"?
No, Shaq.
No, that's 7'2". Yeah, I don't know why I said 6'8".
No, Shaq 7'2".
So that was like in the early '90s when he was on the Magic with Penny.
Yeah,
that's
a different level.
No diggity.
Damn, I miss my penny. I had some pennies.
Dude, I had some in the '90s. Like my brother and I, we had the Jordans, we had the Jason Kidds, the Horace Grants, the Penny Hardaway, man.
I miss my pennies, bro.
Yeah, him and Tino Martinez.
I remember when I started hooping in them hoes. Like, I remember I wore them as casual shoes. And I remember I needed some hooping shoes for a tournament. And I was like, well, these aren't hooping shoes. And so I hooped in them. And then when I first broke one of the little things on the outside.
So yeah, I remember that.
I can't wear them no more.
So, I mean, I'm rocking Reeboks right now. But remember, Reebok.
I got some J's on.
Yeah, I remember having the pumps.
Yeah.
And I was talking about a downfall, man. The pumps were the shit. I don't know what they really do. They just tighten the ankles.
I wasn't a big Reebok guy, so I didn't really.
It just wanted the excuse to pump.
I never.
Dave Chappelle and
also wait, when did those come out?
Early '90s, because Dave Chappelle rocked them and robbed them in tights.
Yeah,
he says, "Time out, honkies. Time for me to pump up."
Yeah. See, I only wore out growing up. I wore like K-Swiss, Jordans, Nike, obviously. I had some of these, but like I never really wore like too much Reebok because I just because only Reeboks I feel like I wore was like Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
but I didn't wear because when Sean Kent wear Reebok and
what? Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure he wore the Kamikaze.
Yeah.
You remember the Reebok, the Kamikaze and shit. Yeah, so. I was too young to wear those. So I was more so like Allen Iverson. Any Reebok I wore.
Yeah. But I didn't really wear them either. I saw these, but like for me growing up in like my teen years, it was all the 2000 skate shoes, like the Osiris and the DC.
Somebody brought up Osiris the other day, bro, on Twitter, and my homie sent it, and it was like a joke, and I forgot all about those.
Dude,
I didn't have none, but
I had two pairs because it was like you had to have in my pop punk style. You had to have a pair of Converse, a pair of Vans, and then you had to have skate shoes. It was DC, Osiris, Those fat fucking shoes.
DC, I remember DC too, and I had some Vans and some Converse. Now, see, those was ones I could fuck with.
Yeah, because they're classic style.
Yeah,
So you can't go
I
wrong.
could just never wear the actual DC skate shoes.
Dude, 'cause
the
there's-
big tongues just could not. It got me, bro. It got
those,
me, bro.
those served a purpose.
Yeah,
like
I
you know,
can't do the big tongues, bro.
I can't do them either. But my buy for my birthday, I'm buying those Corn edition Adidas.
Oh, that
college ones, the 2000.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm really excited about them.
Bro, also remember when I told you? Did I tell you? Was it? Oh no, Slipknot. Don't they have a whiskey or wine?
Yeah, they do. Slipknot, yeah.
They're from Iowa, right?
Yeah, which is
talking about that.
Yeah, which is crazy is that Corey Taylor's sober. Yeah, it was nuts. But yeah, the Corn, I fucking love Corn. So when they had those, they're selling their jumpsuits, the Adidas full jumpsuits too.
Bro, I saw that. Actually,
The
yeah,
freaks on the wheel.
red with the black and the bro, them hoes.
They have very full, or
I
yeah,
actually saw that. I was following this account, this Kicks account, and they was talking about that. Like probably about a year, like before the collaboration was public.
Yeah.
And they was like saying this leap, like Corn Adidas collab, and I was like, hold on, what the like? And there was a bunch of people in the comments like, hold on, like wait, that's kind of hot, bro. Like you didn't know what the
shit awesome, dude.
You know what the
Jonathan Davis, yeah. Oh,
so you was just like, wait, what the fuck?
and so my buddy Bryson, who's the shoe guy, I'm gonna call you in next week because we need to talk shoe shop.
Yeah.
He's the guy with over 700 pairs.
Oh, see, I need to get
Will the Rock, one of the stuff.
nearly that many.
Oh, dude.
Oh, you one of them people. See, yeah, we gotta have a discussion.
So I made a living where we both worked together, right?
Yeah.
It was decent, but he also is an electrician with his dad. So I'm like, why do you work here? He goes, I got to pay for my sneaker addiction. And so he showed me a picture and he goes, this isn't even all of them. And it looked like Foot Locker, like bukkake all over his closet. Like, it was impressive. It was actually, and they were all nicely laid. It was cool. So shout out to Bryson. Anyway, so back to NCAA and back to sports. Sorry, sneaker tangent.
No, we got to go off a little bit. I mean, yeah, no, just shout out to Florida. I mean, that game was. I mean, Houston was in control there, obviously, and then next thing you know, Florida just kept, chopping wood. Houston's defensive strategy, kind of the same way they did or defended Cooper Flag, of kind of making him into more of a playmaker than a scorer and not letting him affect the game in multiple ways.
Right.
It didn't come back to bite him against Duke, but against Florida it did, man. You let them hang around a little bit and get some confidence and keep staying in the game. And Walter Clayton, I mean, great player. I mean, first team All-American. I mean, you tell me he's one of the top 5 players in the country. I mean, shit.
Improved it.
It doesn't about to say, you know what I mean? It doesn't surprise me at the end of the game that he was able to help get them over the top. So shout out to them, man. And we got another season coming up in November.
I know, that's right. You're already we're done it. Yeah, man. That's the point now, man. That's when you get your fix back.
Yeah, you got the portal moves. Texas got new coach Sean Miller, obviously. Fired Rodney Terry, man. It was a great run for Rodney. So appreciate him for everything he did for the university and everything. UNT's coach, man, got poached by West Virginia, as has been the case the past 2 coaches, man, getting poached by bigger universities. But, hey, the state of college sports has a lot of people, on both sides of the fence and whatnot. And I can understand that. I get that.
Isn't there some big settlement?
Yes, the House settlement about the revenue sharing, and eventually it's gonna be a CBA become.
So what's the back pay on that?
I don't know.
Oh, but that goes.
They're trying to figure that out, because the judge, her thing is, so the back pay for the people in the past is one thing, but she's saying some of this stuff is going to be retroactive for the future, and she doesn't want a fucking 6th or 7th grader right now being wrapped up in this sort of stuff.
Sure.
That's the biggest holdup, and she's like, look, all the stuff from previous, those people had to wait their turn. They obviously didn't get to experience this, boom, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. But for this to go forward and roll over to other people that are, in middle school right now, she's just like, that just doesn't seem.
You gotta have a floor.
Ethical. Yeah, that's just not ethical.
You gotta be in college.
We need a cutoff here. So
I think it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Say when you're accepted to college,
right,
and then you can start that talk.
Right, and then the other holdup was they plan on upping the scholarship limit from 85 to 100, and
what is that?
I think. So
that'll get you through a semester.
Well, no, it's not that for football though. That's an extra. I mean, you get an extra 20 scholarships that you don't have to give to walk-ons.
Right.
So you can actually take those, because you get regular walk-ons, which are people that try out during like open trials at once school starts, but you have preferred walk-ons that are treated kind of like recruits, don't get full scholarships or anything like that, but they're still just higher on the pecking order when it comes to potentially maybe getting a scholarship, being on the practice squad, that sort of thing. And so you got that going, and so they're trying to figure out also like they don't want to the scholarship thing to just be an all at once, like, all right, we're gonna cast away all these, these walk-ons and stuff. Like you can still have your preferred walk-ons, but we're just gonna cast away all these other people, pretty much not even hold the trials. So there's no point. And then, because there's going to be a limit in terms of how many people you can have on the team, period. Right. It wasn't 85, you can have 85 people on scholarship, but I think you could have around 110 on the team total, meaning you had the other, 30, 40 people that were preferred walk-ons, So that number is going to be cut down a lot more. And then now you're going to be able to bring in more guys who maybe, like, recruiting rings don't always matter, but you're going to be able to bring in more lower level 3-star, guys who aren't as highly recruited, but you see a guy that's, I don't know, 6'6", 300 pounds. And you're just like, honestly, we'll give him a scholarship. Yeah. We'll give him a scholarship, see what we can get out of him.
He's a natural athlete.
Yeah. See what we can get out of him.
So to me, like everything I've watched documentaries about college, or watching the SMU scam, like everything that, we're like college players who the mob gets in and they pay them off and all that. It seems to be that, and I could be completely wrong, but it seems to be the general themes were that they couldn't get a fucking meal, because that was illegal. Yeah. So to do away with that makes sense. And it seems to be not as much as the monetary at the moment, but their likeness. EA Sports is making $1 billion off of it. They don't get to see a dime of it. Right. Or so it seems to be like, give me the rights to my name and give me a cut of that. So it kind of seems like, okay, what is it, $1 billion or whatever? It's something stupid.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah. So, but that goes quick. Yeah. Especially if you're going retro with it. So I feel like if they establish, like, you get your royalties, just like a musician or whatever. I could be oversimplifying it. No, there's a lot more nuance.
No, you're not, because
it's like, this guy wants to buy you dinner. Cool.
Right. And NIL at its core was supposed to be, you're the fucking CEO of Beats Headphones and I'm an athlete, and you come to me and you say, hey, I want to offer you this NIL deal for however many weeks of you appearing in these commercials, doing all this stuff. Yeah. That was what it was meant to be. And I could use your name, image, likeness. Now, if you were like with EA Sports in the college football video game, what they did was the other half of that, which was, okay, you can sign up to be put in this game. Like, because back in the day before this, it was like, we're on the team, but it says number 21, you're number 22. Like, it doesn't have your name underneath there. It's like, but it's still you. Because that when you go look up and down the roster for whatever school, you see number 21 name, blah, 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 blah. And then you take all that other stuff out and you have to put it in the game.
Oh, it's some other 6'2" white guy.
That's measure, you know what I mean? Exact measurements. And you're just like, so that's that one half. And then the other half of, like I said, you got a company that comes to you and wants to do a deal with you and says, hey, we'll give you this. Fair game. Yeah, and that's fair game. Like, that's you, you're capitalizing on your name, image, and likeness.
Yeah, YouTubers are getting paid for their name. Where no difference. So why are you pigeonholed?
Right.
Because you're on a scholarship. Exactly. I'm sorry, if you're on an academic scholarship and then some company comes to you, some research company, like let's say, CERN out in Switzerland is like, hey, you're a brilliant scientist and all this, and we want to do, and Harvard's like, nope. Right. Nope, you can't do that. It sounds weird in that context, but yeah. Anyway, but
yeah, so
moving on, keeping on to the basketball theme, being here in Dallas, the second floor, and
obviously being a resident Laker fan.
But it's okay. But this is a big deal because it involves
Luka's first game back in Dallas, man, since the trade 2 months ago.
So it's been from what I've read, obviously we weren't there, but it was a welcome.
Oh, they were cheering for Luka.
Yeah, everything. Every time he scored,
everything was pro Luka. A lot of people I've talked to since then. I mean, even the night of the trade, everything like that. I mean, everyone I've talked to since. I mean, that's nothing to root for Luka. I mean, because he didn't ask for this.
Yeah, and I think then they were, what was his name? Mila, the GM.
Nico.
There we go. Yeah. They were saying like fire Nico or fuck.
They didn't say fire Nico.
No, but he was chanting that last night in the stadium.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
but
like
it's to be expected. He made a move that.
So yeah, there's no hatred for Luka.
No, yeah.
45 points.
Yeah, and he didn't ask for this, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's kind of cool that you could separate the art from the artist. Type of thing.
yeah, I mean, again, he didn't ask.
Good
for
job, Dallas fans.
like I was telling my homie earlier, I mean, Luka has been a Laker for 2 months, and he was a Mavs for almost 7 years. So like, it's a different level of attachment. Like I said, me and being a fan of the franchise that I am, I know what comes with that. I won't say it is only about winning, but I'll say a lot of it has to do with the fact of what era I grew up in, and the fact that I didn't see, like with Kobe when I was like growing up, really watching him, we didn't win a whole lot. It wasn't until we went and got Pau Gasol that obviously won the 2 championships. But Kobe would say the same thing if he was here today. Man, it's about winning championships and going out there and hanging banners. And so, again, Luka's only been a Laker for 2 months, so jury's still out.
What's his? He's averaging what, 28?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, he's not doing for the guy going in.
He's actually his numbers are actually on the lower end of his career numbers.
But I mean, he just walked.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
did
just-
season.
Yeah, it's one of those things that kind of got to keep letting him get into rhythm. But like I said, we
I'm
got a
still-
couple
but
games.
that's the lower
We
end.
got a couple games left, so come playoff time here next week starting, we'll see what happens. I feel like I said, we got to go win some, man. I mean, Bron is 40. He obviously wants one more championship before he hangs it up. And like I said, man, you on the Lakers now, man. We got to hang banners. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So outside the Mavs, are you thinking that it's going to be another Lakers Celtics?
I don't know, bro. I really hope so, but I mean, it's going to be a tough road. We got to continue to kind of mold our defense in terms of how we're going to defend bigs with only Jackson Hayes being our big option down there. Our small ball lineup has been doing a hell of a good job in terms of forcing a lot of jumpers and not allowing teams to get into the paint because obviously you don't have the size to really defend the rim. So honestly, I mean, if we can just keep playing with energy and cohesiveness, communicating, rotations, all that sort of stuff, knowing what the defensive game plan is going into each game, how to defend your matchup, like I said, rotations. Again, that's the number one thing is rotations on defense in basketball is a lifesaver when it just comes to knowing where to go. Because there's a lot of teams out there that have the athletes to where even if they don't necessarily know where to rotate to on a given play, they can make up for it because they're so athletic.
Right.
But when it comes to you pairing that with actually knowing what the fuck's going on.
But there was like in Ted Lasso, there was the coach for the Bulls did this. Was called like they call it total football and soccer, but the idea that there's no one fixed position, that you always have 2 players to go to, so it's constant movement.
Yeah.
So again, that's where the cohesiveness comes. You got to trust.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why I just thought about this when you're talking about players coming in. How crazy would it be? Because like in hockey, you just change out within like 2 minutes. Like you don't have to blow the whistle. What if they did that in basketball?
I mean,
That would be cute. What if
like not having to stop play?
Right?
That would get a little hectic. I ain't gonna hit you.
I'm just saying that would be kind of cool.
The only reason why it wouldn't work is because with hockey, it's not like you have to, you obviously have to take the puck back behind the line, but you don't have to necessarily take it out of bounds.
Right.
And wait for, and you don't have a ref to wait on to give you, it's not like they have to wait for the puck.
Plus, you can't do 3 steps to get across.
Yeah, and only time you actually have to do that is during a face-off. But in basketball, you got dead balls where a ball goes out of bounds. You know what I mean? It's just you got all these stoppages that it wouldn't work. Yeah. But that would be crazy. I will say on a less I remember Kentucky back in 2014, 2015 season, they had a platoon system. They had so many highly rated guys. They literally was subbing 5 in, 5 out. Yeah,
that's how
they had such a
team is not an issue.
Yeah. So, but that didn't win the national championship, which is crazy. Which is showed you about college basketball and how unpredictable it is. You would think that a team with enough star power to do that would win. And they started out undefeated. They made it all the way to the Final Four and lost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's weird that you mentioned that because, I was thinking about today, movies that have these great cast ensembles or even these super groups and rock bands and stuff, you would think that it would be a no-brainer.
Right.
And they usually flop.
Mm-hmm.
Because the hype is just...
No, bro, this shit is crazy.
Because on paper, that should work.
Right.
On paper.
Right.
Just like communism. Sounds good on paper. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It does not work.
Well, shit, I mean, we only got we got 4 more days left in the NBA regular season, and then the NHL season is on Monday, so we got those playoffs coming.
How are Stars
next weekend? I'm pretty sure they are second.
Okay, so we're in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they're in this. I'm they're second in the West right now, so I think they're pretty safely in there. Masters coverage is just
Yeah. But before we get to the Masters, we got to talk Yankees.
Well, hey, I mean, did not have one show
Once that game went on, and we already recorded the show 2 days before, opening day before, or whatever. And I texted you, I'm like, you watch this? You're like, dude, bring up. Like, you were texting me.
I was high.
Aaron Judge dropping bombs, 3 home runs, 20 runs. Was it 9 home runs? 3 of them were Judge. Just insane. But of course, all you haters of the Yankees. Again, remember, we sucked after the Mantle era. We didn't win since 1975. It was 1996 when we won, or 77, and we didn't win till 96. Okay, so just remember that.
Right.
And we haven't won, what was it, 2015?
2009.
We haven't won since 09?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up. So, yeah, I get it, we're the scapegoats, but the fact that you're saying that we cheated, is that Dad? Yeah. Hey, Dad, we're about to talk Masters.
About to talk Masters. Man.
Yeah. Or we're talking about Yankees and Masters. So
that's
Aaron,
true.
just grab that. Let me turn your mic on.
I mean, honestly, dude, did not have a good showing against the Tigers.
The Tigers?
Yeah, we actually did not win this series.
Yeah. Well, we
did not win this series against the Tigers this week. It was in Detroit, but it just wasn't a good showing by the guys, man. It just
yeah, we were just talking about how all the haters of the Yankees dropping 20 runs in the Brewers again.
I mean, we lost the series to Arizona right after that. We won the series against Pittsburgh, and then we lost the series in Detroit. So we got San Francisco Friday through Sunday, or tomorrow through Sunday. So see what happens there. It's just tough. It's just gonna be tough, man, without having actual pitching again, which it seems has been the issue since 09. I mean, it's just
yeah. But yeah, like back to, I guess, getting to the torpedo bat. One, we did not break any rules.
There haven't been no rules broken.
No rules are broken. We are completely compliant, and there's been nothing about, just because we had a physicist from MIT working for us that figured all this out.
Could have hired him too.
Yeah, there's Ivy League schools all across the country. That's all I'm saying.
It's a valid point.
So, but like what we were talking about was the idea behind the old school mentality was to keep the weight at the end of the bat because it's centrifugal force. It's going to give you more lift, but you're not hitting the ball at the end of the barrel.
Right. No one wants to get jammed. That hurts.
Right. So just to not shift the weight.
Yeah, it's not a fun time.
Yeah, you want all that weight to be where the ball's going to be. It sounds so simple now that with so many points it out.
Right. But people are like, wait, that doesn't, like, it's like they don't understand. It's like, dude, look at what you're doing. Like, have you ever swung a baseball bat before?
Yeah. Well, like you said, you think about it, it was the other way around. In the 1920s, the people were batting with torpedo bats.
Yeah, bro. Like, if the bats were a different shape back then, and then we had the bats that we're used to were the ones that weren't used as often, we'd look at it and like, what the fuck is that shape?
So this was the checkmate point you mentioned earlier. Who was the player that was using?
Oh, Giancarlo was using it last year in the playoffs. And while he was mashing home runs, no one said anything then. They were just like, yes. Then they were just like, oh, the great Giancarlo. He's awesome. He hits home runs, blah, blah. And the whole time he was using a torpedo bat and no one said anything. That's what's crazy.
Mate.
Like, that was what people were saying. They were like, dude, literally the entire postseason last year, he was using a torpedo bat and no one said anything.
See, just the haters.
And you know what's even crazier? Is that after the Brewers series, everyone was talking about, because he's obviously on the IL, so everyone was talking about the players that have obviously been active in hitting home runs, but no one wanted to bring that up until after other Yankees fans were like, you guys do realize that Giancarlo was using this last year, and no one said anything. And everyone was like, well, this is, and it's like,
you've had the opportunity to use it. This is not some.
But a lot of people are starting to order them now and get them figured. But also, bro, like I said, a lot of guys don't necessarily like them.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
So and that's
your prerogative.
Like I said, like I told Wes, like we didn't like growing up playing baseball. Everybody didn't use the same bat.
Yeah.
We had like 30 bats lined up in the dugout. So everybody had to use it. Like, no one was using the same.
If my dad and I go bowling, I don't use his ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. it's just-
Exactly. I mean, it's not a
built
one
different.
size. It's not a one size fits all type thing. So,
Hey, it was them with compliance rules the same
as
thing.
long as
the same
there's not any rules, we're good.
But
So there's that, man. And like I said, obviously still early in the season, that Brewers opening series was a bright spot, but we have struggled here since then. Since that 3-0 start, we are now 4-5. So I mean, it's okay. It's we'll figure it out, but it's just one of those things where you got to kind of write that shit.
yeah, no, dude.
No, these early first 30 games, last 30 games.
What is the like you used to theater? Remember the second show was always the worst show
That's true.
because you got your first show, you got the jitter, you're ready to go. It's,
And
it
now
goes, goes well,
but-
and then you
But
get
now, and because then that second show, you got it out of the way, and everything that you were nervous for about the first show, you start thinking about for the second show. Then you overthink it,
yeah,
and then it goes worse because
or you get too confident.
that and then you truly don't actually.
Yeah, and then you stop performing
Yeah,
and literally
exactly.
metaphorically. Yeah. So, but with that, we got your mic right there. If you're ready to talk some Masters,
Let's get that going.
Today is Thursday.
It is
today Thursday we had the tee off. So I think was it like Sheffield? There was a lot of the top names did 11 o'clock tee time,
I thought so.
and then it was like at 2 o'clock was the other.
Yeah, and there was some that were like earlier, like 7.
Yeah, like Scheffler. I'm just trying to think. Like Morikawa. Man, look this up. I don't have my notes with me.
Well, I don't know.
Was 3-0 back.
Yeah.
Big finish.
So is it different? Dad, is it different this year with the way the greens are reading or anything where kind of like in the US Open where, the cut line keeps getting moved up because everybody's shooting so high? Or is it?
Probably tonight I'll watch that whole Inside the Master stuff. Catch up on all that, but it's all about wind or rain or weather.
Yeah.
Not because the
Yeah, you're good.
course always plays. The weather's good. The course will play easy.
Right.
If there's wind and the greens get hard, the course will play pretty tough. But the characteristics of the Masters is kind of fun to kind of compare all the majors. But there's reasons why Arnold Palmer won a bunch of Masters, Seve Ballester won a bunch of Masters. They both won British Open, but neither one of them won a U.S. Open.
So there you go. Links courses.
Well, so what's different about how the U.S. Open's set up?
Because it's different courses or?
No, they grow the rough and they narrow the fairway.
Yeah.
So it was a premium on precision.
Okay.
And it kind of comes down to, so what pros are really good at doing is from the fairway, they can spin it. They can land it where they need to land it, spin it the way they need to spin it, control trajectory. But when you're hitting out of the rough, you got to control it, nothing.
Right. And plus with those deep sand traps.
Yeah, I mean, so the conditions at the U.S. Open tend to be tougher in favor of precision guys. So what's interesting about that is that I believe there's probably more one-time winners, one-time major winners at U.S. Open.
Yeah.
That
Oh, okay. Yeah.
other types because you hit it down the middle, you hit it on the green, and you make lots of pars and a couple birdies. Yeah. Stay on big trouble.
Right.
The Masters is different. The Masters is a bomber.
It favors
No
guys
rough.
like DeChambeau,
Oh, okay.
You got no rough. Like
which again, why
the
it beats.
rough is like long fairway.
Yeah, it's like normal people are used to.
And pine stroke.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to hit.
No, it's actually pretty favorable.
I literally said it favors guys like DeChambeau, and he's tied for second right now. Whenever you said there, I was like,
So it's
guys not off.
So it's also the guys that take risks.
Yeah.
It's amazing that Mickelson didn't win more, but he did win 2.
Yeah.
Maybe he won 3. I think he's won 2. So he's a bomber and he can putt.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
bombers that can putt, Ballesteros. Then Tiger comes out. I have to tell you the first time I watched Tiger play at Augusta, and I said it at dinner. The guys, so you were
So 96? Yeah.
97.
97, yeah.
And it was Thursday night dinner. Tiger had he shot 40 on the front, 30th.
Zeh.
I had 6 under on the back. So, like, he kicked it into gear. That's the year I had purchased I bet on him in Vegas.
Oh,
And it was like a 6-1.
yeah.
Right. I was speaking of Ben, you owe him push-ups.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. 2 at a time.
Okay. That's
Whoever you want.
that's all good.
Yeah.
The wonder who we got to get back to that because I told that story 20 times. We all wonder what that guy did about that. Because the rider.
Oh yeah, the parlay, the 5-leg parlay. Can you look that up? He had Duke winning go all the way. It was he lost it. That means he had got 4 of the 5, and he was gonna let it. I don't know if he let it ride or not, but
She had cashed that out.
yeah, I
So most everybody said cash it. Or we knew the out.
Yeah, no, we were all saying.
I talked to, but most of the people I talked to were older. But
Yeah,
no, but so Tiger shoots 3rd on the bat,
which is absolutely insane. It was
when you watch this weekend.
that's almost what is that average? What 2 hits a hole?
That's 6 under.
Yeah.
That's a birding. Well, he had an eagle. I'm pretty sure. Hit it. Watch 15. It's the big par 5. The 2 par 5s on the back 9 are where everybody. 15's getting harder over the years, getting a little longer. When the green is hard, they shave the area in front of the green so the ball can spin back into the water. Those conditions are a little different.
Yeah.
But Tiger, it is dry almost to the water.
Oh, was a
He
400?
had a little pitch shot to the green, or you hit that. That's a 220 shot or a 215 shot from the top of the hill
Right.
to a skinny green. So they changed the course the next year.
Oh, because once you open up that floodgate, then now it's possible.
People were like, okay, bad.
They're like, well, and that's when Jack Nicklaus came along. Palmer was a gunslinger, did a lot of risk, that's big scores. But when Jack Nicklaus came, he's a dude that came from Ohio.
Yeah.
He practiced in his basement in the winter. I mean, he was hitting into like a canvas sheet.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got the floor.
Yeah, but I mean,
He was a big, strong dude. So he played power game.
so yeah, he's that farm strong. That's what you call that.
Country strong.
Yeah, no,
That's what we call it, country strong.
Palmer had was giant hands. That was kind of his deal. He was from Latrobe, which is another farm size too. But so golfers were like smaller guys.
Oh yeah.
Hogan was small.
Oh, yeah.
Gary was small. Nate Trevino's small. But Nicholas is a big dude compared to golfers of this generation.
Rom is 3 over through 16.
There he is.
Yeah, so that was the big thing I remember when Tiger was coming out, that you looked at his arms and it started to bulk up and you're like, oh wait, if you lift weights, personal trainers or whatever, they're just going, yeah, because watching the full swing, Rory, all those guys are in the gym before they even go on the course.
Yo, DeChambeau he got yoked.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's the guy that he got.
Yeah, he slimmed down a little bit, but yeah, he got
way too yoked. I was like, bro, you're golfing like that?
Yeah, and I remember this. Yeah, right. That was Mr. Finger was telling Mark, my best friend from back in Hillhead, because he was coming to yoga with me, because Mark was getting muscle down from football, and it's like, no, dude, like, because it was affecting his triceps and biceps, were affecting his swing.
Yeah, you're not able to get full range of motion.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you got the power, but it's no good if you can't.
I guess that. So the things that, if you're not a golfer, there's some things to watch when you're watching a Masters that are very interesting. One is just that where you place the ball on the green, where your putt's going to be, because if it's fast, you can putt balls off the green. Greg Norman lost the shark at Baldo in whatever 91 or 92 because the downfall started when he hit a kind of an easy short iron into the 9th hole. Maybe it's the 10th hole that has this false front. and it spun off and it ran like 80 yards.
Yeah.
Hill.
Oof. And that's where he kicks it.
The meltdown. So then he hit 1 or 2 balls in the water on 12. That's the other thing about the 12th hole. Ken Vittori, it's the old commentator said, can win it on 12, but you can lose it on 12. And Jordan Spieth has lost on 12. There's plenty of guys that chumped it in.
One of my friends hates Jordan Spieth.
Yeah. What?
I said one of my friends hates Jordan Spieth.
You don't really hear much. Do you?
He just thinks he's very overrated.
He went fast.
He did.
Yeah.
Family. He'll come back. I mean, you got to get that early. Yeah, so I really think that. But here's another one. Fred Couples.
Couples.
Dude, did you
The most liked. I think he's probably the most liked golfer.
Did you see him hold out from Eagle earlier? Or very Eagle earlier? Oh, dude, it was awesome.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, it was actually, let me see if I can find it. It was electric.
So here's the deal. If the green on 12 is like it was when Couples won the Masters, there was a couple of guys, like, remember that Francisco Molinari guy that ended up
I remember that.
losing to Tiger? It was 2019.
Yeah.
I think he hit a ball in the water on 12 that landed on on the bat.
Yeah.
Freddie Couples, when he won, same thing happened to him, but the grass
A little bit.
and the hill was long, and it saved the ball from going.
Oh.
And he chipped it up, and I either got a par or a bogey. But the whole point is, since those times, the conditions, they changed the conditions to where 15 and 12
Is this week? Is this today?
Yeah.
would happen.
Yeah. Oh, you got an eagle? Or whatever? Yeah, look at that salt and pepper hair. All right. So, what was it had to be
191.
191. Oh, holy. Yeah, you got to show that to Dad.
I'm about to.
Oh, my God.
That's a month apart.
Yeah, you got to see that. Oh, holy shit. Freddie.
It's on 14.
Yeah.
It's that far. Hit a-
It was a 191, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the P. Van Eyck hair.
Might be
His swing is so pure, man.
Dunk.
and a yellow golf ball.
It's in, baby.
That was
Ready.
That's electric.
One. So here's a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So if you've won the Masters, I'm pretty sure it's the only tournament that if you're a past winner, you qualify for life.
Right.
Like you keep coming back, and some people it's a debate about should you age those guys out
Right.
because like they don't make when they get a certain age they don't make the cut.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
I get that. So
Oh, by the way, our Charleston trip was amazing. I did have to tell you. That was awesome.
yeah, man.
Yes. So,
Especially if you're there to eat.
yeah, it's great to go visit. But yes, so wait. So you get in for life, but you still have to make the cut.
25 years old, and you qualify,
Mm-hmm.
but you never make the cut under 85 because you can't qualify.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that. So they started the tradition. Some guys just started to bow out,
Right.
but some guys would play. So there's a little bit of controversy about. It's kind of like if you're a past champion, you had the right.
That makes sense. Yeah. I would.
You have no chance to really win.
I mean,
Make the cut, would you
well, I mean, it's not bad.
take yourself out?
Yeah.
That's what
Oh.
matters.
I'll take the purse. I'll take the last place.
Whatever they get. Shit.
You won't make the cut.
I mean, I think it's more just the fact that I can go.
No, it's
Yeah. It's like one of those that card that's one of those memberships that not ever.
Also, I was talking to Wes about how like their menu being like almost
Yeah.
immune to inflation is crazy. Like
Yeah.
$1.50 egg sandwiches. No, I don't eat egg sandwiches, but that's crazy. $3.50 for a chicken biscuit would have me in a chokehold all weekend. All weekend.
man. So
It would get bad.
Yeah, but it compensates for how much it costs to get in there.
It would get bad.
CBS pays them
Yeah.
Right.
to broadcast.
Yeah.
What the sponsors pay.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I saw this like view of the runway at Augusta Airport with all the private jets there and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I think it's more. Yeah, if I was in the other parallel universe that I won the Masters, I think it's more just it's like, you get out of school it's like spring break.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I do every April. Like, it has to be, that's like
They get to go. They have the champions dinner.
right. Yeah.
They wear their green jackets. The champion sponsors. I don't know if you saw the picture.
Scotty's menu was amazing. His
Oh,
first menu, it's much better than his first menu. It's very similar, but this one is much better than his
so
first.
what's in his menu?
Oh, dude. Come on, man. Let me find it for you. Because actually, remember, I think I remember I showed you. But
Yeah, no, it was something ridiculous, but like the fact that you can just choose.
oh, dude. Scott.
So, and you can ask for whatever you want. Is that the
Did you know, Trey, you know how Fuzzy Zeller got in trouble?
No.
Tiger won.
what do you do?
You know this? It's a race.
Oh, no. I did not know that. What happened? At least how about he wanted some chicken or something? Oh, I did hear that. Okay, that was like, wait. Yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember. No, I remember that. No, then when you said it, I was like, wait, I do remember. I do remember that. That was funny. I remember that.
And that's
Remember that. I remember that.
that's what Dave Chappelle's like. That shit's fucking good.
When he said, yeah, when he said it, I was like, hold on, wait, that name sounded familiar, and I was like, yeah. He was like, "What Tiger?" And I was like, I do remember that happening because
Fuzzy went a little prickly on that one.
what was that? Because I was young. That's when I was okay. Because that was a thing still. Because I mean, I was born in '95, but I do remember being a kid and hearing like my family talk about it like years later. I was like, because I remember hearing a story about that.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Follow-up he can.
Yeah.
It's not here.
Oh,
Correct. I remember we gave Drew and I tickets. Tiger didn't make the cut that year. It was like 05.
so he like, there's a whole bunch. He's still
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Tigo.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Tiger? The other thing, you also had the other off-course drama that he had.
Oh, it's called your Chili's waitresses are your Achilles heel, man.
Well, I was gonna say it was later, but it might have started earlier. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Yeah, who knows what he.
Fuzzy Zeller shows. So you know what a pros golf bag looks like?
Yeah,
It's usually big,
Huge.
and it's got
everything.
it's a pain.
Title is yeah.
It's got the they've got sponsorship on the cap and all that.
And those shirts, yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah,
Like that's it.
yeah. That is it.
Dude,
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
That's funny. You couldn't get one sponsor.
He might have got like the NRA.
Yeah, right. You were right. Yeah, the beep beep beep. Oh. Well, I guess you gotta keep the business going. Yeah. Support the locals. Then I go back to the primary city. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true. You get a lot of rando first timers. Yeah, I was just now I think about it.
I go around twice a day or
Yeah. You
Yeah, because the caddies, the caddies get there Monday or Tuesday, so they walk the course.
I was gonna say you get extra looks and all that sort of stuff than more than anybody else. So
well all year.
yeah.
Yeah, so
You
every condition. Yeah, you get every scenario possible. So it's like, oh, it's this is the temperature, this is the wind. Oh, that what to do.
okay. So remember this. So this was the one. This was 2023. So he had cheeseburger sliders, firecracker shrimp, tortilla soup, Texas ribeye steak or black and red fish, warm chocolate chip skillet cookie.
That sounds amazing.
This year's champions dinner: cheeseburger sliders and firecracker shrimp, as well as meatball and ravioli bites as appetizers. First course is going to be Texas style chili. Main course will be your choice of wood fired cowboy ribeye or black and red fish. Dessert is going to be a warm chocolate chip skillet.
Black and ribeye, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so speaking of menus, this is actually a perfect way to close it out. So Trey is going for the first time to Campari's.
Oh no, Cremona.
Cremona's. I'm sorry. I was sorry.
Going to Cremona.
And I said, if anybody knows
Yeah.
Cremona's, it's that.
It's basic.
Well, dude, that's what the hell I'm looking for.
Get the chicken parmesan.
See, I told you.
I literally every time I go to an Italian, because my favorite type of food is Italian. My favorite dish, lasagna. Period, point blank. My last meal on this earth, I'm picking lasagna every time. I always come down to any place's lasagna and chicken parm. Every single time I come down to those two, I'm like, I don't know what to get. So even though lasagna is my favorite, I'm always just like, that's your favorite. Like I always,
So here's the way to think about it. Well, lasagna, you have to make the whole sheet, and then it's usually reheated. That's fine. But chicken parm, it's just breaded, so it's made to order.
Yeah, they pound it out.
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, it's nice. Oh, it's beautifully.
I'm getting two Italians telling me to get some chicken parm.
You got the Dagos right here telling you
some chicken parm. Hey, this Texas boy is gonna get some chicken.
Maybe 200. Because they never order.
We got an 8 o'clock. We got an 8 o'clock rezo. Zoe's got a work dinner because she's one of the top producers again. So she's going crazy, man.
I saw her on Thursday. What day was that? What was the Dwell with Dignity?
That was Thursday. Yeah, she told me about that.
That night, he was there.
Yeah.
Who's Doug?
Her dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a great night. I bought bookshelf. I mean, I was going there to pick up some shit, and I ended up buying some more.
Yeah, it's just nice. So what happens?
It's a good cause. So Wes, I got an Eames. You know what an Eames chair looks
yeah, I love those low kind of. Yeah, I call it the house. House had that in the show House. That's what he had. And you have one now because that's like my dream lounge.
Standing there talking to Lisa, and I'm looking down and go, that's the Eames chair. She goes, I think it's sold. I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm just got a sticker on it.
So the lady comes over, and so I'm like, well, put a green sticker and my number on it, and if somebody claims it, they can have it, and I'll buy it.
Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh, is that what you're saying? I thought you said green chairs. I'm like, oh, I thought you already had it.
Green chair. They're in the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
chairs of wisdom are in my apartment.
Okay, cool. Oh, so yeah, me and Vic checked out I guess we were saying the Salvation Army off of Inwood, right by UT Southwest. We walked in, so the storage, because we dropped some stuff up, and the warehouse is huge, but walking through, it's like, oh, if it's 5 days old, 25%, and if it's like 2 weeks, it's 75%. And we walked through, and not like I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like that is some high-end thrift store. Yeah.
So they're all around. There's Lullabies.
I never knew that's what that was. Lullaby. I didn't know
that's a cool.
Yeah, I didn't handle.
Table was from Lullabies.
I didn't know. Yeah, that's just like
there's consoles from Lullabies. What were we just? Did we finish on the Masters?
Yeah.
So what? Last thing. 1997.
Oh yeah, yes.
Sat on Tiger. He wins. Sitting at dinner. And that night, talking to the guys, and I got Babe Ruth. I just saw it. This is the guy. You know, people who saw Babe Ruth. Right?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Lucky. I'm like, this dude, he's Babe.
No,
And so Drew became. I think Drew kind of.
he dresses like he's got the the pole. Yeah, I can see that. So Drew, we'll see you tomorrow.
I used to wear a lot of Nike golf polos, and I actually had a Nike golf hat. And we were at Trophy Room this one time, which was, you know where the Chipotle is over there on McKinney. So right across the street where that place Elixir is, next to Avanti, that used to be this place called Trophy Room that we would go to. And I remember we were in there one night. Me and some of my friends, we came out from Den, and we were just hanging out or whatever, and I'm at the bar, and I'm trying to get a drink. And this dude looks at me, and I'm literally buttoned up golf polo, golf hat, and he goes, you look kind of like Tiger Woods. And I obviously knew, and I was like, obviously I'm black, dressed like I'm gonna go golf. You know what I mean? And so I laughed, and I was like, I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Like, Tiger's a handsome dude, bro. I appreciate that. And he's like, no, bro, like I'm being for real, like, because it was like a Friday, I think. He's like, no, I'm being for real. Like, if you wanted to go golf right now, bro, you got it pulled off. And she's like, thanks. And he was like, you want a beer? And I'm like, sure. And he was like, let me get 2 Miller Lights. And I'm like, but he wasn't drinking the Miller Lights. So I was like, is this for you? He's like, no, you get both of them. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, there you go. It was one of those, it was just a funny moment. I was just like, thanks for that.
I mean,
Yeah. Call me anybody. Yeah, you call me Orenthal, James Simpson if you want. You call me OJ, you call me Eldrick. Tiger's name Eldrick.
Yeah. It seems funny because
Tiger Woods.
yeah.
Eldrick Tiger Woods.
What was it on Parks and Rec? Speaking of Tiger being dressed, so Ron Swanson, every time he had sex the next day, he would wear Tiger red the next day. So everybody knew. It was like, oh, Ron got laid last night because we was wearing Tiger Sunday. Sunday shirt.
We're red on Sunday.
Hey, thanks for jumping.
We're red.
I had to get a shout out to Zoe.
Oh, yeah, you already know Zoe always get a shout out.
My producer.
Always.
She did say that I was her first.
You were literally
Yours, Ron, zero.
on this journey that she is on and is going to take her to the stars. You were the very first person to start.
Just gotta take that one push.
GM chops for that, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Talents.
and you know what's also crazy about this is that if it wasn't for me meeting Dean through Lisa, this wouldn't be.
Yeah.
So that's what we just did. Our fucking Dean, man. It's always Dino, dude.
Yeah.
It's always Dino.
You know,
cool.
great people, man.
This revolves around Dino, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it's like
She's amazing.
ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome.
You only attract good people, man. So that's just what you do.
That meeting her.
Dude, and you know what's crazy was that really only happened because, like, well, I was off work that day, so I didn't have anything else to do, and I was waiting on Zoe to get off work.
Right.
And so she was like, oh, do you just want to come and, like, wait, for Zoe or whatever to come get you and meet Dean or whatever? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then that was...
Yeah, Dad called me. He's like, at the saturn.
Yeah, literally. And you were like, come check out the studio.
Yeah.
And it was, I remember, bro, it went like this comes so far.
Yeah.
Because it was just set up over there.
It was just the two glass discs put together, and that was it. And now,
it just keeps evolving.
it's kind of cool.
It just keeps evolving, bro. I love it.
That's shout out to Victoria on that. This is all of her.
This is being, are you videoing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is all
Yeah,
video.
we're videoing.
So we got, so it actually looks like a legit studio.
Yeah. So this is incredible.
Joy the Masters. I had no idea who won.
Yeah. I would say I sent in my top picks, and she was like, it's too late.
I'm going to revisit. I looked at this article that ESPN wrote before about who were obviously they do the breakdown of how to watch, who to watch, all that sort of stuff. I did see some Rory. I saw some Scheffler. I saw
Maury Palace.
I saw Maury Collin. Yes, saw them too. So I'm going to look back on that once. I'm probably going to do it before First Tee Sunday and see where everybody that they listed is at in the standings. But I'm always interested because when I used to sports gamble a little bit, I would gamble a little bit on golf. And there was actually a guy on this show I would watch that would go in, and he had a model for each and every course. And the same way you broke it down, Dean, about how the course is laid out, whether it favors bombers or like he had this model who it would favor, and like he would give them options on who to pick to finish at, top 10, top 5. Because obviously with golf, you can't
always got to be
so you got to do top 5, top 10 and all that sort of stuff. So it was really crazy how close he would get. You know what I mean? Just like how the analysis of it goes. It's just like
It was insane.
There's,
And he was close. And a lot of times gave him winners on who would win the tournament. Like, it was nuts.
hey, so maybe so what time do you work Sunday? Chili said Drew's here.
Well, 2, but also we only have like 30 reservations, so I might not have to work at all.
Okay, so what would
It plays that by ear, but I could potentially.
I'll fake a doctor, so I'm really good at Photoshop.
Well, I don't need a doctor. I never call that a word, so that wouldn't work. But
I know, I'm just.
but no. But honestly, we'll see. And you guys aren't gonna see this yet.
And with that,
You only get paid.
Well, yeah,
True,
but
true.
also, like I said, we only have like 30 right now.
it's Sunday's match. Well, nobody's going out tonight.
It was gonna Sunday now. It's Easter. Well, I was also gonna say it's Thursday, and we only have 30 as of now, so we're probably not gonna get that many more. So I probably might not have to work.
It's Masters weekend. It's Easter weekend. It's yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. Hopefully, no. Hey, GMs, we're not talking about this.
We're not with beer in front of us.
Yeah.
This is actually a seltzer.
Yeah. Budweiser seltzer.
Yeah.
Is that
I see Lifesaver. You open now?
not yet? Those are those gummies. All right.
I'm going home too.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta go cook. I gotta go grocery shop a little bit.
All right. Strike those ends up.
Did fellas?
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was fucking great. We gotta get the golf knowledge from Dino in there. You already know.